But now let's dive into our feature story of the day and discuss this $500,000 Bitcoin price prediction, shall we? You should be able to see my screen here in a second. Just give me a second. Boom, here we go. I'm going to start the headline, Unveiling Bitcoin $500,000 Journey in the Long Term, meaning not tomorrow, family. So just FYI. But I want to start with this tweet. I think this was last week by Ash Crypto Real. He says, Bitcoin is going to 500,000 after the spot ETF approval. Here is the evidence. When gold ETF was approved, its market cap was around 2 trillion. After the ETF, gold saw huge inflows of liquidity and reached 16 trillion in a few years. Don't forget, gold supply is not fixed. We are always finding new gold. If it was a fixed supply, gold would be way higher. Good point. So to put that into perspective, gold is relatively scarce, but it's not true scarcity. There's nothing with more true scarcity than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has a set finite limited supply of 21 million, meaning every year they will find more gold, and that's never going to stop. So can't really compare the two. You know what I mean? Now, as of today, the Bitcoin market cap, roughly 840 billion, and if Bitcoin reaches even half of the gold market cap, which is 8 trillion in the coming years, it'll push the price of Bitcoin to 500,000 per coin in the coming years. That's more than 10x from the current price. You might think 8 trillion is a lot. Well, here's some perspective. Global stock market, 109 trillion, fam. The global bond market, 133 trillion. Gold today, almost 14 trillion, even higher than I anticipated. Bitcoin will not only get the market cap from gold, it will also get the market cap from stocks, bonds, everything. So our 8 trillion target is not hard. Now we have trillion-dollar companies shilling Bitcoin for us with ads. Facts. Institutions are finally here and trillions are coming into crypto, boys. Remember, this is a long-term target. This won't happen overnight. So be patient and also don't panic about the short-term drops and don't get shaken out. You will become a first crypto millionaire in your family. So just hold tight, research and believe in yourself. 100% with him on that. Now, someone responded to him. Bitcoin set to soar to 500,000 post-spot ETF approval. Evidence suggests a parallel with the gold ETF, which saw a market cap spike from 2 trillion to 16 trillion after the approval. With Bitcoin's current 840 billion market cap, reaching even half of gold's 8 trillion market cap would drive Bitcoin to 500,000, marking a 10x increase. Long-term vision, considering the massive global markets, trillions can flow into crypto. Patience is key. This journey won't happen overnight. Hold tight, stay informed, and become a crypto trailblazer for your family. That's right. And keep stacking that generational wealth, if you know what I mean. So let's get to the headline here for this story. Unlocking the historical parallel, gold's ETF, meteoric rise. The approval of the gold ETF marked a transformative movement in financial history, catapulting its market cap from 2 trillion to an astonishing 16 trillion. And as I just shared in this that thread I just read to you. So just as gold experienced an unprecedented surge in liquidity post-approval, so Bitcoin investors are now speculating whether a similar trajectory awaits for the king crypto. What are your thoughts? And check out the chart right here. I mean, the numbers don't lie. You can see from 1980, gold had a 300% growth. What is that? How many years? 44 years? Holy moly. But anyways, that's still 300% growth. And then it shows you the gold ETF was actually introduced that line before it actually went parabolic. So right after the ETF was introduced for gold, as you can see, is where you had that massive ascending parabolic run up. And then for Bitcoin, you can see below the gold ETF line, which is in the blue, and Bitcoin is with the red and the green bars on the bottom. And then you can see where we're currently at with the arrow, where the Bitcoin ETF was just introduced, and you can see where we're trending. And if we hit that 8 trillion market cap, he believes we're going to be valued at $500,000 per coin in USD. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that prediction. Now, currently, Bitcoin boasts 840 billion as far as market cap. So his prediction hinges on the idea that it could reach even half of gold's market cap. I personally think it will eclipse it altogether. So half, easy peasy, send it, which stands at 8 trillion. And in the coming years, crypto could potentially surge to 500K, referring to the king. So this projection implies more than a 10-fold increase from the current value. Skeptics might question the feasibility of such a target, but he argues in the context of the global financial markets, where the global stock market is valued at 109 trillion. And I think collectively, the total addressable market in the world of all assets is north of 700 trillion. I've heard both Max Kaiser and Michael Saylor say that. And it could even be potentially higher if you add up everything. And Bitcoin is coming for it, family. So Bitcoin poised to capture value from every corner of the market, asserting that Bitcoin won't just absorb the market cap of gold, it'll draw value from stocks, bonds, and every financial avenue. Agree? Do you guys agree? So with trillion-dollar companies endorsing Bitcoin through advertisements, which they're currently doing, and institutional investors finally entering the crypto sphere, the path to an 8 trillion market cap seems quite plausible. I'd say easy peasy. And in charting the path to Bitcoin's potential 500,000 valuation, he also underscores the paramount importance of adopting a long-term perspective. I do think this is important as well. If you're in this for the short term, maybe it's not the best vehicle for you, because this is not a casino with Bitcoin and holding it long term. Maybe trading with derivatives and longing and shorting and playing that game is. However, also very risky. Most people trading with leverage are most likely to get wrecked. But if you're in this for the long haul and you can just stack some Bitcoin and hold it for at least 2 cycles, you're mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power versus the US dollar. Just like the US dollar is mathematically guaranteed to lose its purchasing power because they're going to continue to print. Whereas Bitcoin has a finite limited supply, scarcity, family. That's what this is all about. And nothing can compare to Bitcoin as a store of value. Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value because there isn't another form of money in existence with a finite limited supply. There isn't another commodity in existence with a finite limited supply. They can find more of virtually anything except Bitcoin, family. So keep that in mind. So within the crypto community, a diverse spectrum of opinions emerges in response to this prediction for 500 Gs. I think a 10x surge is a given, but the million-dollar question becomes, by what year? Is that going to happen this cycle? Probably not. Is it possible? Oh yeah. I've shared predictions from Samson Mao that Bitcoin can run up to $1 million in a matter of weeks or days. It can happen. We're not saying that's the most likely scenario, but you got to keep your mind open because anything is possible and you can't put a roof on Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Some people, I think in the other show, the other day, someone told me something crazy like, yo, Bitcoin will never pass 500,000. It's like, why would you think the most hardest asset on the planet is going to be capped when there's a finite limit? It makes no sense. This guy wrote, laughing my frickin' butt off, man, do you click your brain what's instantaneous settlement means with tokenized securities on DLT? It will not take until 2025, but you're extending it. What you think of the point instantaneous settlement. So he's ultimately saying that's 500,000 prediction is going to happen in 2024. There's other analysts who would agree, and there's some analysts who would argue. Conclusion, his tweet reveals a captivating narrative of Bitcoin's potential journey to 500 Gs. Therefore, he draws inspiration from historical parallels to the dynamics of global financial markets. But first and foremost, what are your thoughts, family? $500,000 Bitcoin by the year, fill in the blank. Let me know. When we're most likely to hit 500,000. JV's prediction, that can happen this cycle in 2025, but that would be the bull scenario. If it doesn't happen this cycle, you bet your bottom dollar it will happen next cycle. That's what I say. In fact, I think Bitcoin is most likely to hit $1 million post 2028 halving. I think by the year 2029, we can see Cathie Wood's $1 million price prediction she's been calling for a while. In fact, she more recently upped the ante and said it's going to be 1.5 million bullish scenario by 2030. But what are your thoughts? Let me know.